I wanted to start off with gratitude. Gratitude for all the people that have made this place or our land possible. When we first took the idea and said that maybe we can do land conservation, but do it privately with a bunch of people interested in it coming together to do it, if there weren't the people who continuously told us every month, every week, every year that this was working, maybe I would have given up at some point. We are now pretty much at a very at a turning point, at a crossroads, at a crux, because we have been informed last month that the land on which our land is situated it has to be sold, primarily because the owners who own an elephant sanctuary are under severe financial distress because of Corona. There are no guests at the elephant sanctuary, so they have no choice but to sell the piece of land so they can survive, you can maintain the life of the elephants further. The result is that the whole 13 acres of land that our land rests upon has to be put up for sale, and the price of that is 3.5 million baht. That's roughly converts to about somewhere between $110,000 to $125,000, right? What we've done is we have spoken to the owners of the land itself, and they have agreed to sell the land to us in 5 different parts. So it'll be 700,000 baht, which is $24,000, but $24,000 and then 24 and then 24, eventually making it 5 total parts, allowing us to reach up to the total amount we want. Now, this is a real difficult point for us because, number one, not only if we lose this piece of land, not only will we lose the 13 acres of secondary forest that have been growing for 7 years, we will also lose the eco-village and the Nature and Sustainability Education Center that we've put up on site. Besides just its carbon footprint, I personally believe, and also many of you who've been here also can see, that it has a huge impact on children and as well as adults who come by here. So protecting it is key. We have started a GoFundMe page for that. Thank you, Sarah, very much for setting that up. And we are starting to accept funds that go into the GoFundMe page, which will then be transferred over for the purpose of buying these pieces of land in 5 parts, as I mentioned, right? It's a difficult one for me because I'm not very comfortable talking about money myself, and the reason we set up our land as a business was so that it could be more of a business transaction, and people would come here, experience the land and pay us for it, and I was very uncomfortable asking people for money. But at this point, I don't feel like it's about asking for money. I really feel that we all have some part to play for the protection of nature. One person requires at least 4 medium-sized trees to provide the oxygen that that person requires, right? That means we have to do our bare minimum to protect that land. If this project works, if this GoFundMe page works, this will be the first sign in the history of Thailand that privatized land conservation works. My call to action for you is to protect any kind of land conservation, or protect, this logic and any kind of conservation or any kind of form that will reduce the amount of carbon footprint that we're producing. But if you are choosing to choose our land and support us, please, it doesn't matter, it has to be a big amount or a small amount. Even the smallest amount makes a difference. We have done our math and we are looking at about $5 per square meter. That is what the price eventually comes down to. And that is 1 square meter of a block. That's a 3.5 feet by 3.5 feet block is protected for $5. And I think that that's something that we all can to some part reach out to, so that we can say that we have done our part and we are continuing to do our part. So with that, I'd like to say thank you once again for everybody out there who's joined us, made this place so amazing. And I really call upon you to help us so that we can protect this piece of land. And it's not just the land, as I mentioned, it's a lot more than that. Please do support, please do share the video itself, and really hoping to look forward to meeting you guys again, and hoping that this piece of land will soon still continue to be here as our land, so we can let more elephants go through and come eat mangoes out of this mango tree right here, and then go down to the river for a drink of water as well. Thank you once again, and yeah, enjoy nature.